Alright, just giving a quick review for Resident Evil 5's Desperate Escape downloadable content. Whereas Lost in Nightmares was a throwback to the original Resident Evil's, slower paced, scary, sort of intense atmosphere. Uh, Desperate Escape is just, seems like it's been purely created for very die-hard Resident Evil 5 fans. This is a very challenging, very intense, a very satisfying campaign. I think it's much better than Lost in Nightmares, and it has a lot better replay value. You know the story. You're Josh and Jill trying to get to the helicopter to meet up with Chris and Sheva, and basically they're just fighting through just a military base that's just swarming with enemies, just non-stop. Basically, pictured a public assembly level, but going through an entire level with that many guys coming at you, and you have the right idea. It's just, you are just constantly swarmed by enemies, and you get into some fights that you just won't believe. You might be facing off against two chainsaw guys at once, as well as an axe guy, just non-stop enemies, and it's just an awesome, I mean, if you thought Resident Evil 5 was too hard, you might not like it. I loved Resident Evil 5, and, I think I love how many guys there are to fight. I think it makes it even more intense and just more exciting. It's much longer than Lost in Nightmares. Even if you rush through it, which you really can't rush through this one because there's just so many enemies. Even if you rush through it, it's probably going to take you 45 or so minutes. If you take it really slowly and kill all the enemies, it could take you about an hour and a half maybe. It's a very long, very satisfying one. Unlike Lost in Nightmares, when I finished this, I didn't sort of felt like, oh, that could have gone a little bit longer. I felt very satisfied with the length of it and the money I paid for it. I was very satisfied. You get a lot more weapons, obviously. Ammo drops are, much more generous, and it's basically just, like I said, it's just over an hour of just intense action. I will say, if you're not going to play it online, I would really recommend not getting it, because if you thought Sheva's AI was bad in the original Resident Evil 5, wait till you see Josh. He is an idiot, and even playing through on normal, I had problems, but playing through on veteran solo, that was a nightmare. He just would run off and do stupid things and get killed, and I just have to use all my health items on him, and it was very obnoxious. So make sure you're going to play with a friend, and if you're going to tackle the professional mode, you will need a friend, trust me, because you've never faced this many guys, and especially the finale of the Desperate Escape is, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you're going to be with your back against the wall, I guarantee it. So, once again, it's only 400 points, and this one is much better, much better length, better replay value than Lost in Nightmares. So if you've already picked up Lost in Nightmares, and whether you liked it or not, Desperate Escape you should definitely get if you're a Resident Evil 5 fan. It does come with two characters for the Mercenaries reunion, Rebecca Chambers and Josh, and they're okay. They're pretty good. They're nothing special, but they're pretty good. If you buy the costume pack, you get Sheva's secretary outfit for Mercenaries reunion, which isn't very good, but you do get Chris's heavy armored Fallout 3-ish looking. And he's really good. He actually comes with the Gatling gun with infinite ammo, and the bulletproof vest and melee vest. So he's a lot of fun to play Mercenaries with. But, don't buy this for the characters for Mercenaries Reunion. Buy this for the Desperate Escape, because it's an awesome, just intense campaign. And really, if you like a challenge, then you're going to love this. It's just, I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with it. It's actually kind of depressing that there's not going to be any more Resident Evil 5 DLC, because Desperate Escape was a blast. So I'm going to give it an 8.0. I had a great time with it. It was only 400 points, and like I said, it has much better replay value than Lost in Nightmares. So yeah, if you were, feeling a little disappointed with that DLC, and you were looking for something more, far more enjoyable, and something you want to pick up and play with your friends a lot more, then Desperate Escape is definitely it. I think you'll like it.